And it looks like we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll wait just a few minutes because I am a few minutes late. I know, unfortunately, sometimes people will assume I'm not showing up. It is Saturday night. I hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. I am glad to have you here. I'm assuming that many of you have seen the posts all day. We have some exciting things going on, and I felt it was time because we've grown so big. We're almost at 3,000 people. I felt it was time to share our story, get some information out there, congratulate a lot of the people who have been working so hard behind the scenes. So I just called this Saturday Night Live Storytime and Updates. And it's great to see Scott and Larry and Deborah. Scotty, my college roommate. How you doing, buddy? Miss Lisa, Miss Lucy, Ryan, I hope you had a great workout today, my friend. As I said, I'm looking forward to seeing you race. Wait just a few more minutes. I'm expecting a great crowd tonight. And like I said, if everyone enjoys story time tonight, we'll do a part 2. I'd like to invite my partner, Big Mike Mikoshi, to join me tomorrow night. But as of right now, I just want to share some things. If you've been with us since the beginning, some of it you know, some of it you may have forgotten, some of it you may have never really fully understood. So I encourage you to take notes so that you can share this story as accurately as possible. If you're brand new, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a little bit of a while now since we've shared this story. So for me personally, I enjoy telling the story. If you want to know what the topic is or what we're doing, I'll simply say this. And by the way, it's always unscripted. I will try to keep an eye on the comments. If there's a question while I'm going through this, I probably won't address it. However, I will open up to Q&A and questions afterwards towards the end. Bottom line is, so many people are running around either misinforming or misinformed about the following: who we are, what we do, and why we do it. So again, if you're wondering what's this all about, who we are, what we do, and why we're doing it. And as I said, I'm gonna take you back to the beginning, because the cryptocurrency training group is not a company. It is not a business opportunity. That's one of the biggest mistakes people run around. I won't say intentionally, but whether it's intentional or accidental, if you're misinforming people, it's never good. So we are neither a company nor a business opportunity. We're a community of people that came together on Facebook under what I like to talk about as a joke. Way, way back, in fact, it's about a year now, December of 2020, I had no knowledge of cryptocurrency. I had no interest. I had no trust. And I'm not going to go through my personal background. We can do that another time. But I had a 30-plus year, very successful career in business, yet I was completely ignorant to cryptocurrency by design. All I had ever heard about was, we're getting rich in this crypto deal. And when I would begin to ask questions about what it was, how does it work, nobody could ever answer it. So I said, you know what, I'm steering clear. And that was maybe 20 to 30% of the stories. The other 70% plus were horror stories of people that lost their money, that got fraudulently deceived and had their money stolen in some type of a crypto deal. So clearly I had no interest in cryptocurrency because I didn't understand it. Nobody could explain it to me. And from what I could see, it was filled with fraud. So I steered clear of it. I mean, widely clear of it, to the point where in December of last year, I have another company. I have some partners, and one of those partners, you know, is Mikoshi. I call him Big Mike, but we've been friends for a decade. I know that he'd been very successful in cryptocurrency. He'd had a lot of those stories. Some successful, some horror stories, but he, very, very brilliant man, managed to navigate that world and have success. So we began to talk and we disagreed. We were already business partners in another venture, but we disagreed like polar opposites, oil and water. I wanted nothing to do with cryptocurrency. he wanted to incorporate it into the business that we were growing. So long story short, again, I'm going to try to fast forward to the important parts. He convinced me that it could be beneficial, it could be profitable, and it could be done right under the right circumstances. So he decided, all right, if we're going to do this, John, you have to learn about cryptocurrency in order to fulfill your role in our business partnership. And so he was going to dump all of his 10 years of both successful experiences and the negative ones into my head so that we could craft something in cryptocurrency together and be successful. I didn't want to do it. I didn't have any existing knowledge. So my joke was, fine, if you're going to teach me how to do cryptocurrency, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to start a little Facebook group. And if you can teach, Coco the chimp how to do sign language, you should be able to teach me how to do cryptocurrency. And we literally started this group. It was myself and a dear friend of mine. Her name's Michelle. I put her in as the administrator, Mikoshi, and then our 3 other partners in that other business. That was it. That's how this thing started. And that was, I guess, February of 2021. It slowly grew to a couple of dozen people because there were some other things that we were doing, and I'll get to those in a little bit. But we never dreamed it would be what it is today, because the whole purpose from the beginning was to answer questions, to educate, to try to find the simplistic words, because this was not a plan at all. It was a safe place, a learning platform, an education platform that would be a safe place for people to come in and ask their questions, to learn the basics of cryptocurrency. And see, when I say that, that's still over too many people's heads, because when I say the basics, Mikoshi would get so frustrated because he really didn't understand how little knowledge I had. We're talking about, how do you set up a wallet? Oh, no. What is a wallet? How do you mess with the exchange? What's the difference between a wallet and an exchange? Okay, just move your cryptocurrency. How do I get cryptocurrency? So things as basic as, how do I set up a wallet and what is a wallet? How do I set up an exchange? What is an exchange? How do I even get cryptocurrency? I earn cash. I receive money. How do I get that to cryptocurrency? So when I say basics, we're talking about, the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. Now, the funny thing is, I knew that I wasn't the only person out there struggling with that. I just didn't know yet, in the current climate of things, how many people would have interest in that information. So the funny thing is, it quickly grew to a couple of hundred people. And I guess, don't hold me to the numbers, but it was between 500 and 750 people when we realized, wow, there's an awful lot of people that want to learn. Now, the first thing I want to share with you is, we weren't just talking about things. My partner, with his tremendous knowledge, put together some classes, some certification courses that average people, regardless of their existing or non-existing experience, knowledge, success, or failure in cryptocurrency, could take these classes. It was free to join our group, and the classes were free. And there was a overwhelming response. So he not only had to do one class, which I think it was limited to between 15 to 20 people, he ended up doing 3. So his first run at it was 3 classes of between 15 and 20 people. And the really cool thing was, he had so many excited people that went through this 3-week course. I want to say it was between 9 and 12 hours. They left not just excited about what they learned, excited to share it with other people. Because remember, our whole group was nothing but people who were curious, come in, ask questions, gain information, learn things, get excited, share it with their friends. I want to be clear, for those of you that know who I'm talking to, we don't recruit people, we share information. We have a community where we share information. And if people found the information was no good, they were free to leave. It didn't cost them anything to join. There was nothing holding them here. But if they found information to be valuable and liked it, guess what they did? Without being a network marketing company, without being any type of a business opportunity, they shared it, because that's what people do. they share things that they love with people they care about. So we grew. And the next wave of classes happened about a month later. And the really funny thing is that next wave, there now were about 5 to 10 former students teaching. So now Mikoshi went from teaching 3 courses or 3 sets of classes to moderating and assisting a 5 to 10 member, whatever you want to call it, faculty of graduates who now were excited to go share what they learned with the next phase. The next phase was another, I don't know, 45 to 55 people, and they just concluded. So at this stage, our group is, if it's February to today is what, the 20, no, it's not even the 20th, it's the 18th of September. So we're talking about, let's call it 6 to 7 months. We've already had 2 graduating classes totaling between 50 and 75 members, and a little faculty of 5 to 10 instructors who not only passed their courses, but came to go share what they learned and give back to the community. And I say give back because, again, they're not being compensated. Nobody's paying anything to join us. Nobody's paying anything for the courses. Nobody's getting paid to share. And what I'd like to do is kind of put a pin in that right now, because as we've grown, there's no less than 25 to 35 people that work really hard behind the scenes to make the cryptocurrency training group what it is. I'm not going to mention any names right now because I didn't script any of this out. And quite honestly, I don't want to leave anyone out. But what I am going to say is, if at the end this was something that you guys enjoyed, I'll bring my partner on tomorrow and we will make sure that we've got everybody's name, because I think it's extremely important that you know who the people are behind the scenes making this community the great community that it is. We refer to it as a family. It's a very small, close-knit family of people that are constantly working to help others, and it's a larger family, the membership in our community. So that's the first thing that we did. We established a learning platform, and then we basically formalized it into certification courses. And I want to personally say congratulations to both Mikoshi for starting it, his graduates for going through it, and the handful that decided that they want to assist as instructors, because we just announced that the next courses will be coming soon. And when those courses are offered, we're going to be able to have the next wave. And each time the courses are presented, they're refined and fine-tuned so that they become more effective, more streamlined. And from what I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe we're going to record them and create learning platform videos so that as we migrate, I'm going to cover the migration a little bit, you'll actually be able to have access to these courses 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not in live interactive form, but by reviewing the recorded versions of them. So the learning platform has taken off bigger and greater than we could have ever imagined, because remember, this was a joke. The joke originally was me sitting there with my partner answering my dopey questions about cryptocurrency and fielding questions from our audience. So the learning platform has evolved very, very, in an amazing way. I can't describe it in words. That's how impressed and how grateful I am for the evolution of the goofy little joke that we started as. Then the next phase went from so many people being excited about the learning platform and being excited about being able to ask all these questions. They then started asking, okay, I love it, I get it, how do I make money with cryptocurrency? And quite honestly, you know, we've said it across the board, it's posted all over the community. We don't give financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We're not trying to. But so many people fell in love with Mikoshi and they saw his heart for teaching and helping others that he decided, okay, I'm not going to give any financial advice. None of this is a requirement. It's not an obligation. There's no nothing, no pressure to do anything. But if you really want to know, I'll tell you what I'm doing in cryptocurrency. I'll tell you the coins I'm buying. And so what he did was he began to share with those, and I want to be clear about this, no one was told to buy, no one was asked to buy, no one was encouraged to buy, no one was forced to buy. For those people saying, I really want to know how you're making your money in cryptocurrency, he shared the coins that he was purchasing with the community. The reason I'm so clear about this is there are people that will look to twist the words and confuse people. But what we really did was we opened up the platform and Mikoshi shared with others. Now, the funny thing is, a lot of the coins that he shared fell on what's called a lower tier of the Coinbase. Altcoins is what they're referred to as. And I had no idea how to purchase or swap these coins. So he'd be calling out coins and talking about where they are and talking about their growth and talking about, how to take your profits out. I had nothing to do with it because I could not keep up. So for those of you that were saying, man, I didn't understand this, welcome to my world, man. I didn't understand it either. However, and this is important, some of you, very, very quick learners, very, very good students. And here's what I will tell you. Mikoshi made enough calls. I'm talking about 50, 60, 70 different coins over the course of a couple of months that there were people that started, and again, I'm not going to quote numbers because people can do that on their own, but started with little banks. I'm talking $300, $400, $500 that 6 weeks, 8 weeks later were $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, $12,000 because of the movements of the coins and the calls that were made, buy, sell, here's what I'm doing. So it was amazing. And here's the really great thing about it. People on their own were making money, were having fun, were sharing the group with others, were sharing the education with others, and out of nowhere, the group continued to grow. Again, not a company, not a business opportunity. If someone wants to say the words recruiting, correct them and say clearly you don't use your ears or your brain, because Mr. Costino must have said a couple dozen times, there is no recruiting. There's nothing to recruit to. It is not an opportunity. It is not a company. We do share, literally, what we love with people we care about. I guess also we share things we don't like with people we care about. So I want to be clear about that. As the sharing continued, we then get north of, I don't know, I want to say 1,000 to 1,500 people, because I'm trying to keep the numbers generic so nobody pins my ears back. One of our members happened to be a coin developer, and he reached out and said, hey, I love what you guys are doing. I've been a member of your community for a while. Will you market my coin? Original answer was, no, but good luck to you. But because, again, Mikoshi is very, very open and very aware. He didn't just shut the door. He said, no, I don't think we're going to do it. But he engaged in the conversation with the developer. And while doing that, researched the token and fell in love with it. Came back to myself and in our little partnership on the side, not the cryptocurrency training group, not CTG, our existing business that's been in business for 3 years prior to this. He said, I really love this coin. I really, really love this coin. I think we should market it. So we agreed, okay, if the developer was willing to give us some ownership, we could then devote our time to help market and promote the coin. And needless to say, he was thrilled. We asked him, why would you do this? He said, I'm a part of other groups. I don't know if it was 5 or 6 or 7 other groups. He said, and I love what you guys stand for. I love what you're all about. I've watched you interact with your people, and you're the only group that I would want to give my coin to. That was pretty high praise from a guy that developed the token on his own, owned it outright on his own, and wanted to find the right marketing team to help bring his baby, if you will, his token to the marketplace. And so we did that, and we began to go out there and market what you all know as the Tereth token. It's really important that you understand, so I'll say it 3 times. The Tereth token and the cryptocurrency training group were never one. The cryptocurrency training group started off as a learning platform. We taught people all of the basics from A to Z and from 1 to 99 about cryptocurrency long before we had ever heard of the Terath token. And once we heard of the Terath token, the reason why we began to market it was a token that Mikoshi loved, no different than any of the other 50, 60, 70 tokens that he had already shared with people. This one, however, we had a unique ability. Now, what was that unique ability? Why do we talk about Terath? I'll get into some of the negatives associated with this industry. For those of you that don't know, again, I'm really not a sales guy. I'm really not a marketing guy. I mean, my background is marketing, but I went to school to study mathematics. If you're not sure, my college roommate's on here, he'll validate it. And then I went to law school. So I've always been more into the analytical, skeptical, pragmatic stuff, not into the hype and the BS and the marketing and the sales stuff. And one of the reasons, like I said at the beginning, that I've had such disgust for cryptocurrency was the absolute just rampant fraud, deception, scumbag behavior. And the reality is this, folks, you know, if this bothers people, I'll just apologize in advance, but I'm not going to not share this because it's real. You know, when you look at the world, forget our group, forget the internet, forget Facebook, forget cryptocurrency. You know, the world's filled with different types of people. There are some people who seek to create and seek to help others. And that's positive, that's great stuff. But there are others who set out with a different intention. They seek to hurt or to harm others and to destroy things. And the reality is people fall into, you know, one of those two categories. That's not everybody, but there are people in both of those categories. Sadly, the much larger community is made up of who we're just going to call the unaware people who end up being victims, okay? And the other group that are the spectators, they're the ones, you know, shooting their recording and posting up on their social media, watching people get hurt. And that's kind of how the world is, man. If you want to put it into different terms, there's sheep, there's wolves in sheep clothing, there's sheepdogs. I mean, that's just how it is. And so I saw cryptocurrency filled with wolves and wolves in sheep's clothing. I saw it filled with innocent people unaware being taken advantage of. So when I did my research, I've mentioned this in previous videos, in the fourth quarter of 2020 and the first quarter of 2021 alone, those 6 months, over $80 million was thrown into fraudulent opportunities, fraudulent programs in the cryptocurrency space. Those aren't great odds, folks. From the number of stories that I had been told, I can tell you it was probably closer to 70, 75, 80% of the people out there just harmed. And the reality is this, there are despicable people that will go to great lengths to create those environments. So why am I talking about that? Here's why. I got excited when Mikoshi came back and told me, John, listen, man, we need to take on Terath because of your mission, because of your vision. Because my vision was do no harm. My vision wasn't let's go get rich in cryptocurrency because I didn't understand it. And quite frankly, those of you who were here in the beginning, I didn't trust it. I trusted us, but I didn't trust cryptocurrency. So for me, my mission has been do no harm, not get rich quick, do no harm. With the Terath token as part owned by us and part owned by the developer, who we spent a lot of time getting to know, and I don't want to say vetting because that's such a harsh, cold term, but we got to know him. We developed a relationship with him. We realized we actually now have the ability to share a token that we can say is the safest place in cryptocurrency for you. Now, I know there's some people watching going, yeah, how do we know you're not a scumbag? You don't. And I'm not here to convince you. I am here to say, open your eyes and watch, open your ears and listen, but not to clowns that talk crap. I'm live on video. When I go live on video, you can record this and take it where you want. But my point is this, we created an environment that would be a safe place for people to come and ask questions and learn. And then we added a token so that if you really wanted to play around in cryptocurrency, we have no control over any other token, from Bitcoin to anything else. You and us are at the mercy of the developer, the whales that are holding those coins, and the masses that are involved with it. Here in this community, we don't have absolute control over Tariff, but here's what we do have. We can protect you from a rug pull. A rug pull is when a developer takes all the liquidity out and leaves that community empty, holding bags that are filled with coins that are worthless. That can't happen here. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. The second thing is you don't have to worry about the quote unquote pump and dump that goes on in the industry. And if you don't know what a pump and dump is, I'll give you a perfect example. There was a coin that everyone found out about within the last 24 months. It was called Dogecoin. Dogecoin wasn't new. Dogecoin had been laying in a pile, a huge pile of crap, altcoins, thousands and thousands of altcoins. They're called crap coins. I'm trying to keep this video as G-rated and family-friendly as I can. But a pile of crap coins. And all of a sudden, after years sitting there as a worthless piece of crap coin, Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, very well known, very well respected, and had huge followings, began to go out there and promote Dogecoin. All of a sudden, it went from a crap coin with no value to a penny, and then all the way up to, don't quote me, but 70 to 80 cents. I don't remember, it was 71, 73, 76, but it got all the way up into the 70s. And people were losing their minds, excited about getting rich. And don't get me wrong, there were some people that were positioned perfectly and they made a ton of money. However, it didn't have any protection like I'm talking about. And a lot of people bought that coin all the way up to its all-time high in the 70s. And then when it came crashing down, and I don't know what it is today because I never bought a single Dogecoin. I don't plan to buy any Dogecoin. It settled somewhere around the mid 20s, maybe low 30s, but anybody that bought that coin during the hyperbolic, massive, crazy run, what are you doing if you bought it at 35 cents or 40 cents or 45 cents or 50 cents or 55 cents or 60 cents or 65 cents? You're left with a big pile of what we call a loss. So I want you to understand, it goes on in the industry. And you know, whether you want to ostracize or blame Elon Musk or Mark Cuban, that's up to you. All I'm saying is they went out there and they created a lot of hype around a coin and got a lot of people excited to buy it, and there was nothing to it. So what are we doing? We have the Tariff token. It is not, I repeat, it is not only available in our community. The token was launched by the developer before we even knew the name of the token. He put it out there. There was a Telegram group, there was a Twitter following, there was a Reddit following, there was a bunch of social influencers that he had paid to go out there and promote it, which is what you do. But the reality is this, our little community decided, hey, you know what? We love everything about this coin. And our community, I'll say this a second time so there's no confusion. Our community said, hey, let's just focus on this coin. We don't really need to be talking about the other 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 coins we have no control over. How about if we as a community get together and we all win? Now, I'm gonna pause there because I really do. I challenge anybody to say anything negative about a community of people that came together voluntarily on their own into a Facebook group that doesn't pay them, doesn't charge them, does not incentivize them to go recruit or bring other people in, because we don't do that. A community of people that said, man, it would just be fantastic if we could all get together and we all win. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Is there really something wrong with that? Because there's some people out there trying to paint that as a bad thing. And I promise you, you're not gonna pull it off. Because There's nothing better than a community of people that actually care about each other, help each other, and everybody wants to win together. But I want to let that sit for a second. Because that sums up who we are, what we do, and why we do it. And I want to be clear about this. This community, I don't know, 2,800, 2,900, 3,000 people. It grows so fast, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but we have over 2,800 people right now. I would say that probably less than 500 of them are actively engaged with us. And when I say that, that means people can jump into our group, never obligated to post anything, never obligated to communicate anything, never obligated to participate in any classes, any courses, any tokens, nothing. Welcome. We charge you nothing, we ask nothing of you. Of the 500 that are kind of engaged, there's a subgroup of those people that have chosen on their own to purchase the Tereth token. Welcome. Welcome. Now I'm going to get into the nitty gritty, because some people have, again, whether it was willfully with really malicious intent or accidentally out of just cluelessness, kind of created a lot of confusion in this community about the Tereth token. So I needed to pause there so you understood what the cryptocurrency training group, or the CTG, is, who we are, what we do, and why we do it. Now we're going to talk about the Tereth token, because a lot of people have chosen to, again, twist some things around, because some people create, they put all of their energy into positives to create great things, to help others to step up, rise up, and succeed, while others look at that success, whether it's out of jealousy, whether it's out of fear, whether it's out of a lack of self-worth because of whatever, I don't know, but people do things for different reasons. But they've chosen to attack this community and pose it as something other than what I just described, and then went so far as to scare people away from the Tereth token while they manipulated and profited on their own. So here's the reality. We created this community. The community joined voluntarily, and the community came together and said, we really want to be a part of this Tereth token. So we put together a strategy. We share it publicly. No manipulation. We share it publicly. No hidden secret agenda. We share it publicly. I say it 3 times because I know some people don't get it right away. And for those of you laughing, you know why. What our goal was to get the masses in our community that chose to, the members of our community that chose to participate together in a project where, instead of traditional opportunities, businesses, whatever you want to call it, there was a small little group that made all the money and the masses basically got taken to the cleaners. We decided it's a community project, it's a community token. Let's communicate, let's look out for each other, let's support each other, let's be loyal to each other, and let's make sure that this token wins and we all win. Now again, if somebody has a problem with that, go look in the mirror, check yourself. But I can't see the problem in a community project where everybody gets the chance to win. Now, does that mean everybody has to do anything that I say or we say? No, you're not obligated at all. But here's what I want to be crystal clear about. And this is where I think a lot of the confusion comes in. We've asked everyone that's participating with our project. So if you're in this community and you found out about Tereth from this community, you've chosen, either you've confirmed verbally or you heard it and chose to participate, that we're looking out for each other. Meaning, no one has ever been told, I repeat, no one has ever been told you're not allowed to sell. You're not allowed to take a profit. However, what we all agreed to, okay, either explicitly or implicitly, we have chosen that we would work together, okay, to grow. I repeat, to grow the community project, the community token, so that we could all win. Now, that being all said, as people join together, drive the value, share the token, there would be people that would willfully, maliciously, selfishly hear what we were doing and then sell out their personal coins, tank the price, tank all of the gains that we as a community work to get, and sit back, watch the community actively go build and build and build and build and build, okay? And then do it again. Now, I've been on record saying absolutely that is despicable behavior. I've been on record saying that I think you're a greedy, selfish piece of garbage to do that. You're not hurting me. You're not hurting me, but there's an awful lot of people that already committed to each other. Now, I want to make it clear. If somebody has to or wants to sell, you're welcome to. We asked repeatedly that if you're going to sell, there's two options. You can tank it, be selfish, greedy, and take care of yourself and harm the community in doing so. Or you can say in the group threads, I'd really like to sell out 10%, 25%, 50%, my whole position in Tereth. Could you guys please connect me with a buyer? Because we've been crystal clear that if you want out, let us know. We have people waiting to buy. And in case anyone is confused at what I'm trying to say right now, if you tank the price by just selling out, it destroys all the gains that the community worked so hard together to get. If instead you go through the process that I'm asking of you right now, that we've asked multiple times, we can get buyers to simply pay you. You can swap out your Tereth to them. The price doesn't go down. So I want to be clear about this. I don't understand it. It bothers me. And I'm saying this in a calm way, so nobody needs to go run and cry and say they've been threatened. But I want to be clear about this. I have a massive problem. Me personally, I have a massive problem with people that are predators. Okay, predators look at communities of people, say, oh, wow, they don't have their guard up. I can take advantage of it. I have a problem with that. I've always had a problem with that. If you have a problem with me saying that, I don't know what to tell you. That's been me for as long as I can remember. That's how I was in high school. That's how I was in college. That's how I've been my 30-year career. I've never been an individual to sit back and watch people get harmed. If that's you, we'll figure out who you are. Hopefully, it's not you. Hopefully you're saying, man, I can resonate with what this guy's saying. Why not everybody win together? But that's the Tereth token. So to clear the air one more time, we as a community chose to rally around this token, okay? To rally around this token specifically. And the message that we've gone out there was, I personally just threw the number out there, 500, whether it's 300, 400, 500 is irrelevant. But I personally would love to see from within this community people that work together, that support each other, that are not sneaky, that are not liars, that are not cheats, that are not predators. Instead, help each other. And by the way, like I said, I would love for my partner Mikoshi to join me tomorrow night, again, if you guys would like, and we'll outline, we'll share the names and a little description of the couple of dozen people that work so hard behind the scenes. Some of them, I can see you in the threads, but again, I'm not saying any name because I will inadvertently forget someone. And again, whether you believe me or not, I never ever want to leave somebody out, even accidentally, because there's too many good people working so hard. By the way, for free. Nobody's getting paid. I repeat, nobody's getting paid. These are people volunteering their time to help others. And I would love to recognize them. You met 4 of them the other night. If you were on the Facebook Live last night, again, I'm not going to say the names, but if you're on it, you met 4 of them. But those 4 represent a couple of dozen people. They're just really great, high quality people that believe in the concept of helping others. And I'll say it this way. I would prefer to do well by doing good. If we can do well by doing good, everybody wins. If someone does not think that's a good concept, you're free to do anything you want, going anywhere you want. But see, that's just my motto. Do whatever will make you happiest, but do no harm to others. And I guess where I cross paths with people is, if you want to harm others, that is absolutely your choice. But if I then say you got to go through me to get to them, how does that make me the bad guy? That's what I absolutely love, when people go running and crying, you know, that John's an ass. Who does he think he is? I'm the guy I've always been. If you're not a predator, you don't need to be worried about anything. If you're not out there harming people, you don't need to be worried about anything. But if you're upset at the statement I make, all that does is let me know your real intentions. And that's why I wanted to make sure we did this video tonight, because I want to clear the air. I want everybody to understand what the cryptocurrency training group has always been, and will continue to be, and what it's not. Because there's a lot of people slinging a lot of mud, making a lot of accusations, talking a lot of smack. And see, the problem in our society is, if an idiot makes enough noise, loud enough, long enough, people start to think, is that the truth? Because a lot of times people say, oh, I don't want to get involved in a dust up. I don't want to get involved in an argument. And like I said all along, you know, I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I don't. I have plenty of flaws. But, you know, one of the flaws that I don't have is I'm not apathetic. I'm not a spectator. I'm not. If you need help, I will help you. If you're hurting others, I will help them. Say that again. If you need help, I will help you. If you hurt others, I will help them. It's always helping. That's my nature. Now, where am I going with all this? We have had not just meteoric success, but for those of you that have said for the past couple of weeks, how do I know it's even real? Why aren't you on CoinMarketCap? Well, we chose not to pay to get on CoinMarketCap. Instead, we chose to drive the value of the coin, to share the community, to share the Terath token, and to drive the value. And this past week, we got notification that we're in the review period. CoinMarketCap is getting ready to post and list our Terath token. Guess what? That's huge. That is so huge. And I couldn't be more proud of the community of people. Because again, this is not about me. You know what I'm responsible for? Saying, hey, let's start a group and let's teach Coco the chimp, me, how to do cryptocurrency. I will own that. No one can take that away from me. That is what I was responsible for. Everything else that has happened because we have an amazing team and an amazing community of people that have come together and have lifted this little token to ridiculous heights against the tide. Because again, the greater you do in life, the more success you begin to have, the more people will hate on you, the more people that will become jealous and try to throw obstacles in your path. Oh, well, man, that's life. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I'm used to it. My partners are used to it. Our community is used to it. I mean, you're not going to stop us. You're not. We've had a tremendous run where we were not, and this is what I'm getting at, where we were not even coordinated, because it was never designed to be this. This was a hodgepodge mess of just throwing people in and saying, hey, ask us anything. You know, we had a gigantic 6-month ask me anything. Now, all of a sudden, we've become a little bit coordinated to where all of a sudden, wait a minute, that whole Do they think they can get to a penny idea? Is right there. It's real. And the community of people went from, 5, 6, 7 people going, what are we doing? To thousands and really hundreds of active, cohesive members and a core group that is unstoppable. So what's next? Well, what's next is the CTG, which is the cryptocurrency training group, is quickly going to migrate to a website. Why? Because we can do more things. We can do better things. We can enhance our ability to give the free courses. The education and learning platform can be expanded. We can create little subgroups because many people want nothing other than to poke around when they want. Fantastic, we'll have a home for you. Others want information, but they're not sure how much. Fantastic, we have a home for you. There are some people that have physically sent messages saying, I will pay you $100 an hour if you will work one-on-one with me. To Makoshi's credit, he could have checked out and just cashed that money all day, every day. He said no. He continued to do live Zooms and help people. But what we will do in the Cryptocurrency Training Academy website, we will have a subgroup for people that would like to pay monthly for more intimate access to him. Will it be obligation? No. Will it be a requirement? No. But will it be an opportunity for those people that say, I want one-on-one, I want small group interaction? Yes. So we're going to be able to expand on the little learning platform that we started and the little goofy idea that we started and the Tariff token that we had no idea what it was or how it would play out. We're taking this to a different level. We're still not a company. We're still not a business opportunity. We're still not a network marketing company, but we are a community and we are growing, and we grow by sharing this community with others. Watch this. I encourage all of you, if you have not yet taken the certification course, I recommend that you do. I don't get paid if you do. If you do, you get the learning, you get the knowledge, you get the experience. What you do with that is up to you. But I'm letting you know that there's not an infinite number of seats for those courses. There is a finite amount of people that can take them. I'm just letting you know. I would highly recommend jumping in because I don't know, this might be the last round of free live interactive training. If it's the last one and you could have taken it but just didn't, whose fault is that? I want you to know this thing is growing. It's hitting milestone after milestone that we have set. And in the near future, I'll say in the next 2 to 4 weeks, you will see a brand new white paper for the token. You will see a brand new website. You will see a brand new, and when I say website, in fact, I'm just going to say this. One of the things I'm most excited about with the website is being able to highlight, promote, recognize, and praise the leaders that have helped build this community. That's one of the things that's most important to me in the new website, so that when you go to that website, you'll see, let's call it the Faculty Hall of Fame, whatever you want to call it, but a number of people, you'll see their face, you'll be able to read their bios, you'll know all about them. That's powerful. That's community. That's growth. Because for the first 6 months, it was Makoshi and John. Why? Because it had to be. But I'm excited to say that it doesn't have to be anymore. I wanted to come on here tonight because there's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of disinformation, a lot of confusion, a lot of unnecessary questions, and I think I've addressed them all. I'm simply going to say this. I thank you all for being here. I can see the scroll comments. If there's any questions that you would like, I'm happy to address it. Mikoshi, do you want me to talk about the utility of the token, or do you want to wait on that and just wait till the white paper comes out? Because I'm happy to answer that and address it now. I see it's up in the list of comments. And again, if you don't find the information on this video valuable, you do not need to be here ever again. But I just wanted to make sure that there was no more confusion, no more, well, why are they doing this? And why can't somebody sell? Because you were lied to. Why can't those people get their profit? Because you were lied to. Because you can always sell. You can always take your profits. We just ask that you honor and respect what you promised, which is that you'll support the community and exit properly without destroying all of the gains that the community works so hard to get. I do. I have the white paper, but I wasn't sure if you wanted me to talk about it right now. In fact, let's do this. I'll make it easy. Tomorrow night, if you guys choose and you want, we will come on and we will talk about the core leadership behind the cryptocurrency training group. And we will also, I repeat, share the white paper because Mikoshi has already sent it to me. I've already reviewed it. We're excited about it. And that is part of this transition where we now, as the marketing team, are going to take over the Telegram group, the Reddit, and the Twitter communities and begin to share, because we've shared what we're doing in here before, but we've never had active control over those groups. How far away are we from a penny? Well, we were a lot closer the other day than we are right now. However, we are much further along than anyone gave us credit for or believed that we would be at this rate. We are, I don't know, 65, 70 days since we heard about the token, and we have been as high as 0.3 zeros, and I think 1.7 or 1.8 or 1.9. So we've done a phenomenal job, and we are, I repeat, we are going to hit that penny. And right now, again, feel free to poke around. You can see the posts. We have a strategy. We're applying that strategy, and we've been very clear, letting people know what we're doing. Please give a percentage. Well, I don't like to give false information, and since I'm not looking at the chart, I don't know exactly where we are, but I know that you are a math guy, so you can go point all the way back 8 zeros and work your way to where we are at this time of the question, and then you can do the math and show the percentage. But like I said, we are very, very, very far along in that growth, much further than we expected and much further than anyone gave us credit for. So our plan is still by the end of this year to safely, not hit a penny and disappear, safely reach a penny, securely stay there, and then grow towards a dime and towards a dollar. Again, a penny was not the end game. Again, that's a lot of false information that was passed around. We are not, I repeat, we are not here to hit a penny and then disappear. We're here to hit a penny and have a large portion of our community that have actively chosen to participate benefit from that penny. Fantastic. I won't say if the math is correct or not, but Richard, yep, you've put in there 0.65%, so 65%. Like I said, I'm not looking at it right now, so I will not ever speak out of turn. However, if those math numbers are correct, that's pretty damn good. Because like I said, we are just now, this coming week, taking over ownership of the Telegram, the Reddit, and the Twitter communities, so that when we communicate within the CTG, I repeat, we are also going to be able to communicate effectively outside of the CTG. What I will simply say is this, outside of the CTG, we have encouraged people to join us. We have encouraged people to follow and participate. But again, we don't force anyone in. We don't force anyone to do anything. We just ask people to pay attention. Yeah, again, I see all of the messages, Richard. You don't need to keep typing it in. But the point is this: if you don't believe in our project, you're entitled to your opinions. All of you, none of you. It doesn't matter. You all are entitled to your opinions. What you're not entitled to do is twist around, manipulate words, manipulate intentions or messages. What I ask people to do is just be straight up, be honest, state your intentions. See, my intentions are to help people at all times. Pretty simple. I intend to help people. So what I'd love to do is help people to be as successful as I possibly can. It's as simple as that. If any of you have different intentions, you can state them. Doesn't make you good, bad, doesn't make you right, wrong. But if your intentions conflict with mine and you're hoping to harm people or looking to take advantage of people, then my help shifts to help protect them from the predator. So I don't know how to say that in any other clear terms. If that offends people, again, don't know how else to say it. I'm not a good fan of watching innocent people get hurt by people with bad intentions. Correct. Yeah, we're not looking at an all-time high right now because again, we're following a strategy. And that's not my field of expertise. I understand the strategy. I'm not here to speak to it. I guess what I'm asking is there any confusion left based on what I have shared tonight? I think I did a fairly eloquent job of explaining who we are, what we do, and why we do it. I think I did an eloquent job of explaining the cryptocurrency training group and the Terath token are separate. I think I did an eloquent job of debunking the misinformation about people being told or thinking that they're not allowed to sell or they're not allowed to get profits or someone's going to be angry at them for taking profits. It's just all total listen, I'll say it again as slowly as I can. If your plans, goals, and intentions are to be successful in the community, welcome aboard. If your plans, goals, or intentions are to harm people within the community, whether you want to admit it or not, if you're harming people within the community, you're now asking me to help them by protecting them from you. I don't want people in the, I'm trying to avoid conflict. That's really my ultimate goal. But I don't shy away from it if it's thrown in my face. So everyone, choose to help others. Choose to protect the innocent. Choose to grow a community. Choose to help others up, help them succeed. We got no problems. If those ideas don't resonate with you, there are probably a million other groups on Facebook you could be a part of. There's probably 30,000 other, I repeat, other coins that you can buy, sell, day trade, swap, whatever. Okay? That is my message. If you don't resonate with the goal and the mission of the Terath token, don't participate in it. If you're participating in it to sabotage it, that's a problem. I don't know how to say this any other way. It appears that it is crystal clear. It appears that people got the message. It appears that folks can now make whatever decision they want. Again, this is America. Whether you choose to believe it or not, you are free to do whatever you want. You are free to do what makes you happy. You are free to do what brings you joy. I ask that you do all of that while not doing any harm to others. Do no harm to others, and we're good. Richard, I have not seen you this active in a long time. I thank you for repeating your message 8,000 times, and I will simply say this. You have my number. You can private message me. I encourage you to do so. Any other questions, comments, or thoughts? Because we've gone long. I appreciate everybody for being here. I hope that you are celebrating the success of the cryptocurrency training group, the success of the leadership, the success of the Terath token. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. I look forward to introducing you, or having you, not that I'm going to introduce them, having you meet all of the amazing leaders behind the scenes that make this group so special and that make this organizational tactic that we're doing work. Because the strategic planning that goes into making this work could never be done by any one person, any 2 or 3 people. It is a community of leaders that are strategically working together to make this successful. So I thank all of you. I look forward to tomorrow night jumping back on here with my partner Mikoshi and sharing the names and a little background from all these great leaders. So until then, good night, God bless, thanks for being here. Do no harm to others. Follow your heart. Bring peace and joy to yourself, but do no harm to others. Good night, God bless. Thanks for watching. This live is over.